Just remember, you can't climb the ladder of success with your hands in the pocket.
I love this game. I live this game. There's 1,000 other guys waiting in the wings who are obsessed with this game. Obsession's gonna be talent every time. You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed? Is it all you ever think about? Let's face it, it's you against you out there. When you walk on that court, you have to think, I am the best guy out there. I don't care if LeBron's playing.
You have to have a dog in it, man. And so you have to have it, like my grandfather called it, a stiff upper lip. You better have a stiff upper lip. So, yeah, she has some dog in her. She has some dog in her. She has to. There's no other way to make it out here. I mean, you can't just always be, head down in the sand. You got to learn to pick yourself up on your own. A lot of times these fights and these battles, you got to be your own fucking coach. You got to be your own motivator.
Hard times create hard men. Hard men create soft times. Soft times create soft men. Soft men create hard times. We are now around soft men and hard times. We're in the time of toxic masculinity, right? Where you could be toxically male, and then if you're suppressing masculinity, you're going to bring on hard times. Masculinity doesn't mean you're mean. It doesn't mean you're angry. It means strength.
The opportunity to commit yourself fully to something that you care about is beyond a blessing. And when you do it, the way that you feel once you know that you've worked hard is great. And we said before we started, you got this big thing coming up, which I'm super proud of you for managing to achieve, even though it hasn't happened yet. The difference between being nervous and being excited before you do something is your level of preparation in advance of it. If you step out on stage or in front of 500,000 people on a webinar, which is the craziest sentence I've ever said, if you step out on stage in front of 500,000 people and you've done absolutely everything, there's nothing to fear.
There's no combatant, true combatant, that has never gotten to the point where there's nothing left, when there's no physical strength left, when there's no energy left, when there's no speed left, when there's no joy left in that fight. All they have left is the will to get back up again. And they don't know how they're going to pick their fist up. They don't know how they're going to move their feet. They don't know how they're going to take another swing. They don't know if they're going to be able to get up when that next punch hits them in that fight. But that's all they got. So they get up. They get up.
It's not a magic trick. It's not God picks certain people he'll make rich and certain people he don't. He gives all of us as his children the power of choice. You have a say-so in that. You can decide to be rich, and with God's help, it's highly doable. But you first have to think it. The difference between successful people and non-successful people is here. I'm no better than none of y'all. I'm not a better person than you. I'm not a better Christian than you. God don't love me more than you. None of that. If you want to be successful, you have to change this. This has to change.
A person can accomplish anything that they want. Forge ahead. Don't stop. Never stop learning. Always reach out to better yourself, because when you do that, things expand. You understand more. You're happier. You're healthier. This old saying that if you don't use it, you lose it is absolutely true. If you don't use that brain that God put in your head, one of these days you'll be sitting on a front porch somewhere and you won't hardly know what's going on. So don't give up. If times are hard, good things nor bad things last forever. But most generally, we are in control of our own destiny. And when I say that, I mean this. If you're not getting ahead, you need to do something to allow yourself to get ahead. If you want a good job, if you want a secure future, you have to have something to offer a prospective employer. Now, I'm not saying you need a PhD or a master's degree, but you do have to have something to offer. There's going to be a time in this country that people that know how to work with their hands, plumbers, electricians, carpenters, cement layers, machine operators, mechanics, people that know how to work with their hands are going to be in great demand. Yes, it's true. You have to have education and training to be an engineer or a doctor or a lawyer. But I'll tell you the truth. I spent 60 years working. I was successful. I've started a couple of businesses. I'm a wealthy man, but I'm a guy that came from living in the back of an old car to having a nice retirement.
This world we live in is tough. It's tough. It will beat you down. The world and the life that we live in is the ultimate competitor. It will try to take you out. It will find your weakness and it will fucking just hammer you.
It's like a personal curse.
100%. So if I can help you build belief, build confidence to the point where nothing can hurt you because you know exactly who you are. You've faced your demons. You've been able to go on an audiobook in your mind. Maybe you didn't write a book, but in your mind, you were able to hear all your past traumas. You were able to listen to them. You're able to fucking say, okay, now I can now talk to people about what I went through. I'm no longer embarrassed. I'm no longer ashamed. Being ashamed is one of the biggest things that kill people nowadays. In their minds, kill them from moving forward. I'm ashamed of myself. Don't ever be ashamed of anything you've done in your life. Face it, fix it, make it better. We are humans. But then again, if you always think that we're humans, you will always just be a human and always make the same fucking mistakes. You must take this knowledge that you learn from all this shit is knowledge. So I'm just trying to give people that strength to go in the archives of your life. Because while you're probably fucked up, it's probably something happened to you in your life. Go through the archives, dig it up, study it, and then use it for yourself. That's the main purpose for me right now.
You guys see Fresh and Easy, man? Yeah, man. Life isn't always so fresh or so easy. But what's inside of there? A lot of groceries and stuff you buy, right? You got the milk, you got the, your fruits and vegetables and stuff. And all that stuff, man, very perishable. What does that mean? I mean, when you buy it, you better eat that motherfucker, otherwise it goes bad. There's a shelf life to it, a time trial. Use it or lose it. And if you don't use it, then your investment in that product, you don't quite reap all the reward of that. So that's a little metaphor, I think, in life. Because life itself is perishable. If you're playing basketball and you're shooting free throws, and you have to line when the pressure's on you, if you don't constantly, when no one's watching, drill it, 1,000 buckets a day, when it matters, maybe you miss. If you're in the military, you're Delta Force or something. If you're not in the range firing thousands of rounds, well then when you pull on a fire, maybe you're not putting one in the head, one in the chest. Maybe you're missing it. And maybe in that split second it costs you your life. All these things eventually will be tested. You have the time right now to prepare them, to ensure the skills don't get spoiled like some fruit and Fresh and Easy. See, the thing about life, we're gonna die, right? Eventually we're gonna die, but our legacy can live on. The impact can be non-perishable, forever, but it's gotta be built right. And we gotta take advantage of the time we have right now. If you want it bad enough, you find a way. If you don't want it bad enough, you find an excuse. It's called the body weight beatdown. You don't need any weights for it. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need any barbells. You don't need any equipment. All you need is this motherfucker. That's your weight, your body weight. Last I looked, the person that finishes the race with their hand held isn't about the, how big they are, how tough they are, their potential. It's their perseverance. Meaning it's not about the dog that's in the fight. It's the fight within the dog. Well, yeah, it's a shitty situation. I gotta go to work because I gotta pay the bills and support my family. But you know, it doesn't mean I have to shortcut my success in what I'm doing. I'll find a way to work this out. How do you do that? You gotta have a little ingenuity. I'll provide that for you guys. All you have to do is follow it. This workout's gonna test you guys. It's gonna break you too. But in doing so, it's gonna grow you. Just like life itself, man. You go after things. You try them. Even if you fail, you get back up and you continue to try and fail, continue to try and fail, and ensuring you never fail to try, because nothing's impossible. Just a spelling of impossible is spelled possible. Today we make belief of that. That's just not normal, guys. And what's not normal is what your body doesn't know. When your body doesn't know what it is, it's forced to adapt. That adaptation leads to growth. Only weak motherfuckers in life go after things and attempt things they already know they can achieve. You've got to do something you're not quite sure of. Try something new if you want to switch it up. That's where growth comes, man. That's where your body's forced to adapt. Forced to suffer the discipline today. So you never suffer the form of regret tomorrow. That's what the fuck that's about. It's not the load, guys, that you're carrying that breaks you. It's the way in which you carry it. Meaning, we all fail in life. We all hit failure. It's the way in which you handle failure. If you find out it destroys you or not. Because last I looked, failure's temporary. Giving up, that's permanent. When you think that way, guys, in here, it's not work, man. It's love. When you love something, and you put your passion behind it, and pay your dues every day, you set trends, man. You don't follow them. You set the fucking trends. See it.
People are driven way more by fear of insufficiency than they are with some well-balanced, perfect desire to just maximize their greatness in life. Like, the activation energy for almost everybody is, I'm scared I might be a piece of shit. What? Hang on. Oh God, I might be a piece of shit. I genuinely might be a piece of shit. I need to go and do something so outrageous that I can't be a piece of shit. There's no way that it can happen. I might be a coward. Oh my God, what can I do to stop myself from being a coward? That's the activation energy.
It's funny because if you regress fear to its most basic form, it's death. And death is the greatest motivator. And like, you can prove it in a simple example. It's like if I all of a sudden go up to anybody on the street and I put a gun in their head and I say, point a gun at their head and I say, go do this thing, they'll go do it. But if I say, you can have anything you want if you do this, they're willing to go 10 times harder with a gun in their face to not die. And so if you take fear and regress it all the way down to its basest form, like, that's what the insecurity is. Like, if they think I won't be enough, and if they don't think I won't be enough, then this won't happen. If this won't happen, I'll be alone, I'll be dead. Right? Like, if you just regress it all the way down, like, that's all it is. And so, like, the biggest achievers in life, I think, have most directly tied them not doing whatever it is that they want to do to death, whether they're consciously aware of it or not. And then that's what motivates them harder.
I'm not defined by my past. My past has taught me who I am. To be able to evaluate the situation present and apply what I've learned to make the best choice. And that choice is based on character. It's based on morality, integrity. Never about financial return. Never about monetary value or tangible items. It's always been about the character, the intangible items. And I walk. Because in Vegas, I can't pick up dice called character and roll them, hoping it goes my way. That's too much to handle. Right off the bat, buddy, right off the bat, you are doing something that's causing others to notice and comment on. Very few people in the world have that effect, have that kind of influence, whether good or bad. Very few people, most people are forgotten souls. They go about their day and no one knows if they're there or not, and no one cares. Pressure creates change, not just in humans, but in life. The world first started, they say, as one piece of mass land and ocean all around it. But through the years and centuries and, millions of years, the pressure of life and earthquakes and tectonic plates started shifting and started pushing that foundation of land out into all these different continents that we have now. But initially, when you're born, that's you, this is the land. It's together, it's whole, it's pure, it's a garden of fertile fertile seed, nourished and rich with nutrients and vitamins. It doesn't have weeds and toxins and parasites in it. No, it doesn't. That garden is your potential, your belief of what you can be when you're a kid. You're gonna be like, what I wanna be in life. Dude, I wanna be a doctor, I wanna be a lawyer, I wanna be a pro athlete, I wanna be the president. No one says they wanna be a junkie. No one says they wanna fucking shoot up a vein every day. No one says they wanna be a hindrance on society. No, they don't. They say they wanna do all this stuff because they're pure. Their garden of soil can grow anything. Inside, they have an idea. They plant an idea in the ground, provide work ethic and sacrifice, due diligence and sweat equity, that labor of love that bears a fruit of possibilities. That you can be something. And when you fucking soar up there and you become this creation, the fucking weeds of life, the critics and the bullshitters will look up at you and hate you for it because your success reminds them of their fucking failures. They tried to have a pure garden and grow something pure, but it's too fucking hard for them, so they quit. So they know they can't grow into that flower you are. They're a fucking weed. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna try to contaminate you, bring you down, call you names and stuff. They're trying to bring you back down to make themselves feel good and make the world a perfect place like mom and dad used to do and protect me and everything else. Find that sense of stability again. Because I didn't go through the fire then, and I can't deal with the fire now. They can't grow anymore because they've lost that edge. All they can do is bring the shit down. They're called a fucking critic. They point their finger, forgetting that three are pointing back at them. All along, if you point your fucking finger at me, you better look at your hand, make sure it's clean.
Pain's temporary, pride's forever. What does that mean? It means if you push past the pain, right behind the pain is a pride. And why is pain temporary? Only when pride has been presented. Because that feels amazing, and that's what you remember. You don't remember the pain. You only remember the pain if you never get to the pride. Therefore, the pain is forever. Forever, not temporary. Fucking forever. And don't think it's just this journey that's forever. Because this journey right here where you feel the pain will rob you of doing any other fucking journey. Because you don't want to feel it again. You don't want to feel the dismay, the internal fucking negativity anymore. You will rob yourself of achieving any more paths. You will settle. You will sell your most valuable asset in a heartbeat to the highest bidder because you know you are worth shit and you are worth so much fucking more. And the more you push past that fucking pain to feel the exhilaration of what that pain really delivers, then you find the value of who you are. I think then you start to really build who the fuck you are. And in doing so, you figure out what life's about. And, you know, cliches, yeah, well, life you live, yeah, I say that shit, but that's real, man. Don't say it's not real. It's only not real to someone who just goes by what society says, the status quo.
It's a perception of reality that's stronger than the reality itself. And that perception doesn't exist. It's not something tangible you can put your hand on. The perception comes from within. How you see the situation, how you see it is a lot different than what the reality actually is. In that sense, your perception of who you are is a stronger reality, judgment, than the actual reality of what other people see, or what the base reality really is. How do you know you're on the right path? When the small things mean as much as the big things. In lifting, those last couple reps mean as much to you as looking in the mirror and flexing, or winning the competition. Because you know those small things add up to that. And if you half-ass it here, you can't expect anything but the half-ass fucking accomplishment later. Where everyone's a champion. Everyone has that natural talent. And what deciphers the champion among champions? Who's the best of the best? It's someone that has natural talent, combined and backloaded with desire and love for what they're doing. The one path I'm talking about. Hour, 2 hours every single day. Sweat equity, dedication, sacrifice. Where you get knocked down and you find the intestinal fortitude to get up and face that failure again, head on. It might knock you on your ass again, but you get back up and you keep trying until you overcome that. And when you overcome that, boom, another nugget of confidence, mental strength, another log in the mental fire to keep it lit so it doesn't burn out. These small margins in life that make the difference between winning and losing. You look at Michael Phelps when he was swimming, right? when he won the 8 gold medals, what was it, 0.01 seconds between him and his competitor from gold to silver? How do you train for that? You don't train for that thinking about, oh, he's genetic gifted or not. No. It's about the mindset. Saying, fuck that. I don't give a shit what anyone says. I'm gonna make this happen. Find the inspiration from within. That's the only inspiration that matters. And then see it through, knowing the journey you're about to walk is very lonely. The path to success is not met with friends and companions. It's met with adversity, fear, struggle, butterflies. Those things are 3 or 4 degrees separation from success. Those are your challenges. They're hitting you with them right now to make sure you're strong enough for the final event, the final hour where it all matters. They're gonna challenge you and bring your game up and bring your game up and bring your game up and bring your game up. So when it does matter, when you finally hit that finish line with the final pressures on the event, that spark will ignite and it will blow into what you want it to be. Sitting on the couch, there is no spark, there is no pressure, there is no explosion success. I promise you guys, success is the loneliest road out there. It's you and your shadow at the end, because it's too fucking hard. People don't want to be around you because you cause them to have brainstorming on their failures and shortcomings and how they could have been like you, but they failed. And then if you're a nice guy, they hate you even more because you're successful and nice, and then they hate themselves for hating you. But they're just hating how they ran their life because they sold their soul early in life. You know, these fucking keyboard fucking, heroes. Ones that stand behind a fucking computer screen because they don't have the fucking nuts to actually do it in life. So they're sitting here and they type their fucking opinion as if I care about their fucking opinion. These people that are these keyboard rangers, right? They've never seen the crowd from the view of the field. No, they've never taken a breath of the arena air that's mixed with anxiety and pressure to know what it feels like when butterflies are killing them. You've never gone out on that limb of life, holding by a thread, but still believing in the cause, and made that leap of faith that made the change in their life. They're too weak to even walk that limb, but they're gonna sit there and point their finger at me. They're gonna start telling me different things, and I'm supposed to fucking listen to their fucking opinion? Are you kidding me? They can go fuck themselves. There's a million of them. Success is first found with hatred before ever inspiration. Because you're parallel with these fucking losers when you first starting out. And you start to climb. And it makes them feel like shit because they are who they fucking are. And now all of a sudden, you're basically, without saying a word, letting them know how weak they are because how strong you are. So therefore, they're sitting there and they hating you for it. But as you keep climbing, then no longer can they defute the truth. And then they jump on board and looking for motivation to try to pull out of that hole. Always met with hatred before inspiration success. You're always on your own. Opportunities don't come knocking on the door. They present themselves when you knock the fucking door down. Stay in motion. We keep that progress going in the gym for the entire duration. We can rest later, but we came there for a mission. We achieved that mission, guys. Don't get so overloaded with the temporary pain of the situation. Think past the pain to the pride that pain may create. The pain there felt equates literally to the peace and joy tomorrow. I know that sounds like, bro science and everything else, man. I don't even know what that fucking word means, bro science. I just hear it on these fucking, blogs and stuff for these forums, and people write with these fucking keyboard rangers that have no other life, so they sit there and fucking type away because they feel like they got some fucking set of nuts behind a keyboard. But in person or in life, they fucking these little hermit crabs going around and just hiding out and everything else because they don't have the intestinal fortitude to do anything but talk behind a fucking computer. They can't walk shit, man. That's why they had the fucking time to even comment on someone else's achievements out there. Fuck those motherfuckers, man. Don't be those guys. Come in here, man. You go in there and you fucking kill it. And when you kill it in there, man, you come out here, I don't give a shit what goes down. Part of your day is fucking a check, man. You did it right. And when you do it right once, it makes it easier the second time to do it right later in the day. It's a wave of positive energy, man.